Hey guys, welcome to a Python programming language that I'm going to be teaching you some of the fundamental to the basic. As you know, the whole idea of this channel was to teach you, well, to teach young Africans how to code, to teach them about technology, to teach them about future technologies, to teach them about languages. It's a media company, right? So I want to help you guys know how to create logos, how to utilize the internet. This is mostly, my original idea was to teach young kids how to code, right? That was the whole um, what I was trying to achieve, right? Um, so I want to start with Python, right? Python is it's a great language to learn. It's an easy language to learn. It's an easy language to pick up. And also it's a language that's mostly used with AI, machine learning, web scraping, web design. It's a really all you could do type of programming language, right? It's a wonderful programming language I often use now and then. Um, but it's a programming language you could start with, relatively easy, right? You don't have to worry too much or know too much about things, right? All you have to do is download Python on your computer, right? So once you download Python, you know, go to the documentation, right? Start here, go to tutorials, right? And then here it will break down the fundamental of the programming language, right? It will break everything down for you, right? One thing I've learned in the past is that I used to spend so many time watching videos on how to do this. Don't do that. Don't spend too much time watching videos on programming. The best way to learn is to teach other people. That's what I'm doing right now, right? Um, I'm not an expert in this language, and I don't think anyone is. I wouldn't call myself an expert, and if anyone do call themselves an expert, just be careful. Be wary of them. But the language is, if you want to know in detail about the language, is the best place to start, right? It's the best place to start. One thing also I've learned: do not waste your time trying to memorize everything. Don't waste your time trying to memorize everything here. Just like a dictionary, don't waste your time trying to remember everything in the dictionary, right? It's a tool. Use what you need to use to gain an advantage or to know something, right? One thing I've learned also in the past, I try to remember everything, right? You're a human being. You don't have a brain of a machine. Sometimes you forget things. All right, so avoid trying to remember everything. One thing I highly recommend: don't try to remember everything. Right? If you think this website, python.org, is too much, is too heavy for you for the documentation, jump to W3 Schools. Right? Another great website. It teaches you everything you need to know about Python. Right? It teaches you some of the fundamentals, like the basic, what a comment is, what a variable is, right? Learn to copy and paste, right? If you don't know what a variable is, just variable and Python, right? Google it, and then voila, W3 School will show up, right? Learn to Google everything, because that's where most of the best programmers, they know how to utilize Google to their advantage, right? I know some of the best programmers I know. They really know how to find precisely what question or what answers they're looking for, right? They know how to use Google search to their advantage, right? There's another website called Stack Overflow, right? Which you're gonna be spending most of your time um, going in here, right? You could also search for, um, you could join them and find out if you're looking for a question, right? So, for example, you could go, I need to log in, that's why it's not allowing me, but I haven't logged in yet. Python Stack Overflow, right? You could pretty much search for come into Stack Overflow and find out what you're looking for, right? You might need to sign on to the website for them to. It's a great website. If you're learning programming, you definitely should sign up to this website. But yeah, it tells you what a variable is and how do you sign up. How do you what is a variable declaration, right? So how do you declare a variable and stuff like that. So right now this is a class. So it's a great website to look at. I know there's too much going on right now, right? So this is a good example. You see that tick and you see how many people voted for it. So this person has actually told you what a variable is, like full here is a variable, right? So before we start coding, you'll hear a lot of people saying that, oh, you need to get a good IDE and so on, and so there are really a lot of popular one out there. I use Sublime and I use Visual Code or VS Code. I use these two, and also you might be thinking, what the hell is an IDE, right, or IDE, right? um, you just Google it, and then it'll tell you what an IDE is, which is an integrated development environment, right? So basically, it allows you to compile code and write codes, right? And then when you write it in text, the machine will kind of spit it out to you in coding, right? Um, that's the gist of it. I mean, you don't want to be an expert on knowing what an IDE does. Don't waste your time there, you know. Um, so let's start with coding. You could download these. You could go to YouTube. You could go direct to their website, like for example Visual Studio, and then you could find out how to use it, right? You could go and learn if you want to, or you could do the same thing with Sublime, right? But there is something that I want us to go, a website for us to just start coding, right? We don't right now worry about um, going with all that fancy stuff. We just want to learn the fundamentals, right? So there's a website called Replit.com, right? Go to this website. You need to sign up or log in if you already have an account, and then we'll start coding, right? We'll start coding. So let's do that now. So I've already signed in. I'm gonna create a. So I'm gonna pick a language, which is Python. I'm gonna say basic, right? And then I'm going to create a repo, right? And then it will create the repo for me, right? So it will give you a console down here. So for example, when I do a basic um, hello YouTube, right? And then when I run it, and it should print out the console here, hello YouTube. Do you see it? Yeah. So we will start here, right? So what did I just do? I did a print, which is a function in Python. There are plenty of them out there. So this is like the basic of the basic, right? You want to print something to the console. So the console is like a shell at the bottom where people could see. So the machine you could say you've done an input and the machine is giving you an output, right? So that's a basic hello world, or you'd see people say um, hello world, right? And and then they'll run it, and then it'll print out hello world at the bottom, right? So that's a basic of a one programming line of code, right? So that's a basic one programming line of code. Um, I'm gonna stop there. That's just the introduction, and then on the next stage I'm gonna be doing like the fundamental, like the different data type. Yeah, cool. Do subscribe and do like. I'm learning myself, so if you find anything you're not too sure about, send me a text, email me, and subscribe and like. Thank you very much.